With Jane still, yeah. I'm going to be talking about very media right now. I need to say something. A comment was made on one of my podcasts, that one of my shows out there that I did, and it's a really valid comment. You know, I was talking about UK gospel, myself and Yinka, and the future of it, and the value is, I was whether to how do I respond to this, and I think it's a really open response because myself, how long have I been involved with the media element? Obviously, off and on, I was doing the magazine about 15 years ago, and coming and obviously doing Infinity X right now, and I have to kind of like find what role does the media play in terms of the growth of the UK gospel system, gospel music system. And one thing I've seen over the years is that we end up there's something when it comes to Christianity. We have a very we naturally we put out good appearances. We don't put out there the truth of what's going on, even though I feel like it's almost Groundhog Day when it comes to the UK gospel scene, because we just continue starting again. There were many plus points with what's going on with UK gospel. There's nothing but plus points out there, you could argue and say. But if you bring into context a 30-year period, we have to go, hold on a second, guys. While we still at stage level, space 10, and explain to people and discuss and find out what's going on. Now, you could argue and say, we can get the artists backstage and talk to them. I've been to a number of meetings over the past 3 years to develop the UK gospel scene, and I'll be straight, barely artists turn up. It's everybody who cares. It's almost as people who are out in the outskirts, the managers, the media platforms, all these business. They care more about the industry in itself. Everyone's taking care of their business. Everyone's looking at, I'm going to take care of my thing. So what's my role in here? What is Roger's role? Individual role when it comes to media, what he puts out there. I'm going to put out there the truth for the situation. If you want to talk to me back behind the scenes and we can go into even more graphic detail, I'm cool for that. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is the matter. We should be further on. You know what I'm saying? We're too scared. We're too scared to be real with our sound and who we are. You know what I'm saying? And we'd rather murmur, be in backstages after gigs. You know what I'm saying? And not do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So people go, Roger, but we're gonna be this. We're gonna be say nicey. I'm sorry, guys. You know what I mean? The reality show is that we have supplied the best musicians, the best BVs, singers in the scene, in the UK scene, for over 2-3 decades now. But the music industry has made millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions worldwide from. We produce UK gospel talent as produced for top artists around the world. But yet, we barely can turn over a few pennies in the UK gospel industry. It doesn't make any sense. So for me, only be the part of that change. And being part of that change is to broadcast holistically. You know what I mean? And I can get rebuked. A lot of guys on my station won't say what I would say. And I respect that, but for myself, and when I talk, I want to keep it real. I want to put things out there. I don't have the pressures of people saying to me, you can't say that, or we're going to turn you off. We're not going to use you, because at the end of the day, so you guys, I've had to fight to get where I get to today, and I do it not because of anybody else, but my love to project real gospel music, and I have to recognize that too often we spend more time splitting our blackness and our Christianity so much, but when we live in this world, our blackness holds us back because we're black. Why our music he's not invested into? That's a fact. But to God, he just sees our Christianity. So when I look into this Christian music thing, I have to combine them both together and say, you know what, still, I've got to deal with the issues of being black on this earth, and you know what I mean, and I'm not going to hide, and it's not to say that, God doesn't see. God doesn't see much. Yeah, you could argue that God doesn't see color, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But even though he saw the different ethnicities in heaven, it says that in Revelations. But anyway, but either way, still, yeah, guys, I'm gonna stand up for my blackness. I'm gonna stand up for my Christianity. And the reality show is that what I don't appreciate is when my Christianity, when my Christian brothers and sisters of Christ tell me to forget my blackness when I go through the doors, when we do music platforms like this, when my equivalents do it, they have the investment. When I do it, when Fred does it, when my brethren does it, we don't get the investment. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying? So if you disagree with me, that's cool. But I'm just putting out there, that's real talk. And that's the toughness of this thing. So as far as I'm concerned, I ain't doing this for any sort of fame, getting up there and being top of the thing. But I'm good. If whatever we do to grow what I do, what I'm involved with, whether it's Affinity Extra, whether it's GMIA, it's gonna be authentic. It's gotta be real. It's gotta be representing what you do and how you do it. And it's gotta be real to say that we should be more further on as the UK gospel industry. You can't do it by artist success. You gotta do it by industry success. So when Fred is successful, the media platforms are successful because they're being invested into by Fred. And then Fred will pay musicians properly because of the level of money he's getting. So guys, that's where I'm at anyway. So we're all part of a circle, and I do appreciate the fact that basically, yeah, Roger, you could take your time and focus on the plus points anyway. So yeah, but the real points is this: when you really look at where we are in the gospel industry, and for me, a third circle. This is in looking in my lifetime. We are nowhere where we were when I was a teenager. That's the scary thing about it. But listen, this is Roger sharing his opinions on Affinity Extra, celebrating gospel music of black origin, because this is what we do. We continue so into what we love.
Your background and your story before we meet. If I don't know where your mama stay, can't let you know where I sleep.
Thank you for watching the content we're putting out. Listen, make sure that you are liking, subscribing and following us on all our social channels, including patreon.com. Make sure you're finding us on there to support what we do so we can support you. And remember guys, be extra.